Start recording. Might as well just do it. Just do it! Okay. So the idea today is to talk a little bit about my experiences with Wuthering Waves as a player who has started very recently playing the game. So basically, I started at the start of 2.0. It has been a lot of fun, that's for sure. There are a few things that I would like to say about the game, though. And hopefully, it will be fine. I'll be able to express myself. Good enough. Let's go with good enough for today. Hopefully these videos will become better over time, or I can just do it freeform without thinking too much about phrasing it super well. I just want to be able to just do it. Yeah, over here, choose a topic and just speak about it. Hopefully, some people will watch it. You guys will be able to comment on it, say if you like this kind of content or not, whatever you prefer.
Onwards.
And say if you agree or not, which is mostly what I'm looking for now. So let's start with, I don't know, story. Story is a good place to start conversation today, because while I started after 2.0, I did do the whole story because, well,
Onwards.
it's an RPG, so usually we do everything. And I have to say, I'm very glad I started at 2.0. Because if I had started in 1.0, I would have probably given up the game. No matter how good the combat is, if the story really sucks, usually I won't be staying. While the combat is what makes me stay in a game, gameplay above everything,
Onwards.
the story is what calls me in the game, right? It's the calling card. It's the moment where you go into the game and you enjoy the characters, you enjoy the story, you enjoy the vistas, you enjoy the locales, you enjoy the lore, right? I want those things to be there in enough quality where do you want to know more, right? I want to feel that I'm being called into the game and feel that I'm having a really good, nice experience, even if the gameplay is not very good at the start. Because guess what? If the game asks me for, I don't know, 20, 30 hours of my time to give me a really good story, even if the gameplay sucks, that's fine. But if the game wants me to spend hundreds, even thousands of hours on it, you better bet that I want really solid gameplay. The problem is, you first need the gameplay part of the story to be good, right? But at the same time, the story needs to grip you. You need to feel like what you're doing is fun, even though you don't have your characters leveled, you probably don't have a lot of skills, you don't have a lot of the stuff you need and want, but it doesn't matter because the story keeps you in. Now later on, having a worse story is not as bad, but at the start, you really need to have a good story. And I think 1.0 definitely dropped the ball. Now, to be fair, 1.1 and everything after that is substantially better. And it gets better with each patch. It's very noticeable when you do 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 that they are getting better. They are getting into the groove of things. Everything in the game is getting better. And I really like that. Because there's nothing better than you're investing time into a game and you feel the developers are making the game better over time. And I feel that Wuthering Waves definitely falls into that category. Of the game, where the developers really went into it and they were like, okay, there's a lot of stuff we can do better, and we will do better. And I'm very thankful for that, because the game is shaping up to be an incredible game. Obviously in 2.0, the game is massively upgraded, and the story in 2.0 is very fun. It's very interesting, it's very well told, very well voice acted. I really have no real notes on it, because I do think that the story will either succeed completely or fall on its sword later on, right? Because what we've seen now has been a lot of fun, but in terms of lore, like the overall lore, it still needs a bit of work, but not much. Not much. I think they just need to give us a good reason why Renacita is such an important place right now. Both to us and the villains, the Fractuses. But otherwise, I think they're good. I think they just need to do an okay-ish job.
Onwards.
And 2.0 and its subsequent patches will be really, really, really good. So, off to a great start on 2.0, 1.0. I hate that I have to say this, but 1.0 is one of those games where, I'm gonna be honest, I hate to say this, but if you like the gameplay, you should just stick it out. Like, just, I wouldn't even say skip it completely, because I do think that 1.0 does have a lot of important lore, but the VA is horrible. Like, I cannot explain why the voice acting is this bad. It's very unfortunate. I think it's mostly the directing. I hate that the main character is one of the worst offenders of this. Yang, or whatever she's called, is also a huge offender of this, and you spend a lot of time hearing these characters, so that's horrible. But it is what it is. I think it's the direction, because both VAs improve substantially over time, and I would like to believe they're not learning on the job, it's just that the directing was terrible at the start. But if you stick it out, by the time you get to 1.1, story becomes serviceable, and, as I explained earlier, gameplay comes to the forefront because now you understand the game, you're coming to the game several times, right? It's not just one day, you're not playing for an hour, you're not playing for several days in a row, you're enjoying the gameplay, that's why you stayed. So, yeah, story can take a little bit of a step back now that that I was starting to enjoy the gameplay. Having said that, story actually took a step forward and became a lot better over time, and better and better and better up to this day. So, yeah, all good on that front. Now that we've got story out of the way, I will just speak a little bit about the gameplay part. Okay, so there are two components that I will speak about today. I'll maybe expand this in the future, if I feel like there's more to say about this. But I would just like to touch on two important aspects of the gameplay loop of this game that I feel really tells someone that wants to know more about Wuthering Waves if this game is for you or not. And those two gameplays, those two parts of the gameplay are combat and exploration. Now, I think these two went in not completely opposed directions, but almost. Okay, what do I mean by this? What I mean is, when you're playing the exploration part, and personally, I've pretty much done everything that I could. When you're doing the exploration part of the game, this game is very much tailored to people who are like, I like open world, but I really don't like the experience of going like, oh, I want to go over there, and you just do like running, and you go like, oh yeah, then like you stop over there and you pick this up, and now, oh great, yeah, this is super fun, yay, I need to do something, you do, oh yeah, I'm playing the game, nice, and you kill, okay, great, let's do the rotation. By the way, I'm playing super bad, but it doesn't matter, because I'm just example playing. So, I'm playing the game, I stopped, even though none of this was what I actually wanted to do, right? But I stopped anyway, because I ran.
A new technique. Together we fight. I'm a heavenoid.
So, I'm now fighting.
Banish all vice.
Okay, I'm done. Now I pick up everything. Yes! Great. Yeah. I'm almost there. I promise I'm almost there. And yay, I got here. Okay, I think I'm here.
Forgive me.
Nice. Okay. This is your standard, more Breath of the Wild, let's say, kind of exploration, where you run there, it takes forever, you stop to pick up stuff and fight your enemies in the way. When the game came out, this was more or less the direction they were going, but they kind of veered away from it. And now, if you wanted to do the same trip, let's say I'm starting more or less from around the same spot, so I'm over here and I want to go there, I'm not gonna look at the grass and fight things in between. I'm just gonna go there. So I'm gonna do something like this. I'm just gonna fly. Okay, I'm here. And this is much more in line with what you expect out of these modern games, right? So even in 1.0, if you wanted to go from where I am to the other spot, you usually just teleport to the closest waypoint, teleport there, and then you run to the spot, right? Right, so I'm back here again. So, and that's how I got here. So this is what you would do in 1.0. Now you actually have flying too, which is very helpful in reducing the amount of time it takes to do so.
Onward.
So the gameplay loop of the open world is very fast. It's not a lot of hassle. You just move into where you need to go, and you do whatever you need to do, right? You just check on the map. Okay, I need to go there. Okay, great. So now I do... okay. Learn inputs, come on. So I want to go over there. I just do like this, and I'm here. Okay, great. Okay, just a few seconds. You immediately go to where you need to go, do whatever you need to do, and it's great. Personally, I really like it. I like that they made it like this, because I really don't want to spend way too much time walking around. If they feel that there's a vista, for example, that I really need to see, I expect to have some quest that will take me, for example, to this place, and then I'm talking to someone, and they show me this place. And they tell me why this vista is important. Yes, it looks nice. It looks really nice, if I'm being honest. But I want to know why it's important. Because a lot of games have nice vistas, right? A lot of games have nice places. Graphics are getting really good nowadays. So I want to have a better connection to the spot, and it's not just show me the place. No, 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 no. I want to understand why I should care about this specific vista, right? And giving me the ability to not waste time looking at stuff, at random stuff, going like, oh yeah,
Forgive me.
let me look at this red patch of land. Super interesting. Yay! Oh, there's like, what, a bog there? Yay! Like, no, 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 no. I want to understand why, like, some specific spot like that one is important. And I'm looking at this specific spot because this is an important story part of the map. So, yeah, it makes sense that this is like this. There's a reason why we see so many skeletons here. There's, like, this is an important spot to understand why it looks like this. Why it is like this. So, it's cool, right? And it also has a very different feeling. So when you're here, no longer it has that blue, like hue that it had before. So it changed the vibe quite a bit, right? Before it was very dreamy. You looked in the distance, and now it's super dark, and like the music is all.
As far
oh no!
as the eye can see.
Oh no! Something bad's happening here, or happened here in the past. Whoa! Like.
Forgive
So,
me.
yeah. I know what's happening. Gameplay on the overworld, very fast. You can see a lot of stuff. You can walk everywhere, fly everywhere, very fast. I like it. It's great. Okay. During the day, it also looks different. That's super nice. So, the overworld gameplay, I think it's great. It's very fast, very snappy. Great, very simple. So, for example, if I want to find, let's say, materials for a character, right? So I want to send Jinchi, and I want to go collection spots, right? It just tells me, okay, go there. And I go there, and it doesn't take me very long to farm everything I need to farm, right? This is not like other games where it's super annoying to find what you need to find. A lot of times you just go online and check it, right? It's super annoying. In this game, no, you just don't check it. You just go into the game, go into whatever spot you need to go, and you just pick it up, right? So it's now telling me, where is it? Okay, no stamina, nice. It's because I entered combat, by the way. So, and now I just pick up the items that I need, which is great, right? I just go like, oh, okay, yeah, nice. And very, very fast, I clear this area of all the mats that I need, right? And suddenly, it's telling me, okay, go somewhere else. Right? Just go somewhere else. And I could just teleport to that spot and get it. So that's great, right? And almost everything, especially now in 2.0, works like this. The game is not very interested in wasting your time walking around. Unless you do want to walk around. Because remember, I prefer flying, but you can still walk everywhere. Right? You can climb just like other games. Right? You can't do I'm gonna call it Breath of the Wild or Genshin kind of climbing, but please don't do that to me. I don't want to waste my time. Yeah. I much rather have this style that, as you can see, and this running through the walls is from 1.0. So flying is just an extension, and it's not just flying. So,
soar against
for
the
example,
winds.
they introduced this in one of the previous patches. I think it was like 1.2 or something, or 1.3, where you actually have faster running than normal to speed you across areas. So they really don't try to waste your time going like, look at this, look at this, look at this, unless it's important and it's story related. That's what I want. Now, I was talking previously that the combat contrasts this quite a bit. Why do I say this? Now, you've seen me fight a little bit in this video, but the fighting that I was doing was like just fighting trash, right? So I'm gonna proceed to fight two things. One that I have done several times actually, and another one that is a bit harder. I haven't done it yet. I have no idea if I'm able to beat it or not. I'll do it anyway, just to exemplify. So now that I'm in an actual fight, right, I'm just gonna play it normally.
I can use some fertilizer.
That was terrible.
Bask in the sunlight. The fruit of evolution.
Now suddenly, there's a lot of things that I have to be worrying about. It's no longer all of that simplicity that we had before. Now, the game is suddenly very complex, where small things will lead to very different outcomes.
Witness the
Right? Now, there are parries, there are very aggressive dodging, there's a lot of mechanics that suddenly became super important that you need to take care of all the time, making the game severely harder to play. Okay? So, while out of combat, the game is all about making it easy on the player to pick up whatever you need, to farm wherever you need. So, I didn't show it, but in this game, the gear is essentially what they call echoes. It's normal gear like other games, but it just has a different look and feel. But like, I can do this, and it shows me exactly where on the map. So I could just go there and farm it. Super fast, super efficient. Because I can fly, this is very fast indeed. It's great. So yeah, this is a great system. It's what I would expect out of a game that tries to facilitate things. But as soon as you go into combat, things change. And now, things are not supposed to be super easy. Things are supposed to be very hard indeed, right? So things change. So let me see how this goes. By the way, I've been showing Zinchi, so let's switch this up and do something like this. So you can see that there are different playstyles to it. So let's see what I can do there. Here, let's pick one. I'm gonna go with Fallacy of No Return. I haven't done this yet. Last time when I was doing this, I didn't have enough levels for it. I was clearly under-leveled, and I'm pretty much good enough to go. So let's try it. Let's see if I can beat it or not.
Take this. Still recognize me. Insta-peasy. Foolish. Rejuvenating snow.
And hopefully be able to show what I meant previously.
I'm so tired. Witness the art's true form. A new technique. My compliments. You will yield. Glory demands more.
Hopefully it will be clear what I was talking about.
Surrender. A new era awaits. Running won't save you. Still recognize me. Insta-pinky. Infra. Huh? Yeah.
Transmitting a endless reverberation.
I made a mistake. Whatever. So I made a small mistake in my rotation, and it completely screwed me over, so now I'm gonna do less damage. And this is what I was talking about earlier. Right? Oof. See? Now I'm just dead. Like, I made a couple stupid mistakes. I'm not gonna defend myself because they were like bad mistakes. And now I'm dead. Like,
strategic
super easily. No longer the ease of the player is forefront in the gameplay. Now it's all about learning the fights, learning exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, being very specific about how you're gonna do things, right? It changed from making your life easy to, okay, now we're gonna put you through your paces, we're gonna force you to learn the game, we're gonna force you to learn the mechanics, we're gonna force you to make you play the game well, so that you have a more comprehensive experience with our combat systems. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a great combination. It's not for everybody. Some people like to have like this easy time when they're gachas, they just want to pick their waifus, and that's about it. Personally, I like to be challenged every once in a while. Not always, but every once in a while I used to compete at an amateur level when I was younger in several games, like Counter-Strike Source at the time, and like StarCraft 2 came out, stuff like that. So I do like to be challenged. I think it's a lot of fun. And having the option to be challenged in a game where most of the time I'm just here passing the time in between when I have other work to do, to me it's great. So overall, this has been an incredible experience. Hopefully there will be a lot more of it in the future. And these are my initial thoughts about the two most important things, for me at least, in these kinds of gacha games, right? So it's having a story so that I can get engaged with the game, and having good gameplay loops, both outside of combat and in combat. Once you have all those three things, everything else can fall into place. And everything else, honestly, can also be improved over time. So, for example, one of the things that I didn't talk about, that I may talk about in a different video, is about the resonators, right? The characters. The gacha part of the game, right? So, when you come over here and you're picking your characters, you're getting... Oh yeah, characters come out. Yeah, nice. Let's get more characters. Cool. Yeah. Like this, it's important that the characters are cool, right? It's very important, right? When you get the characters, it's super cool that they're like visually interesting, that they're fun to play
for everyone.
But these can be fixed, right? Almost all gachas have a problem when they come out, and that is their characters are not really all that interesting. I know a lot of people will be like, no, one of my favorite characters from 1.0, and it's like this 4-star, like, sure, you might love some of these characters,
make this quick,
but no one will ever be able to convince me that Mortefi over here is as visually or gameplay wise as interesting as a Carlotta. It's just not. Now, you can prefer the simpler Mortefi, that's fine, but obviously there's an evolution here. In terms of the complexity of the mechanics, in terms of the visuals, the animations, everything is getting better over time. And that's exactly what we would expect. And these things, unlike the gameplay, are not attached to anything. So they can increase massively in quality over time. So even if the characters are not super fun at the start, that can be fixed. But gameplay, the gameplay loop, if it sucks at the start, it's very hard to fix later on. Almost no games actually succeed in that. So, Kuro Games actually were very successful in what they did, because they created the correct gameplay loop at the start. There were a few things that were hard to fix, but they did do it well, right? So the story part in particular, the fact that they turned it around so aggressively in such little amount of time is very, very impressive. And I really hope that things keep improving with the game, because honestly, I really enjoy it. Well, anyway, I think this will be it for now. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try and do it more consistently from now on, because I'm gonna try and do this kind of video where it's more freeform, where I just speak about all the things that I've been thinking about in the game. I'll choose a different topic. Maybe not every day, obviously not every day, but I'll try to do it more consistently. That's the goal, at least. So, if you liked what you saw and you're still here, give it a like if you liked it. If not, whatever. Comment if you have anything to tell me, like quality of the video, anything I said that you disagree or agree. If you want me to expand on any of the topics I talked today, or any topics you want me to talk about it, please put it in the comments below. So, and obviously subscribe if you're not subscribed, so I know people are enjoying my content and I want to see more of it. That's one of the best ways for me to know. And that's it. Thanks a lot.
The white.